Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to be discussing Zoom. So how to use it, how to set up a meeting, how to be a host of a Zoom meeting, and the tips and tricks that are really going to get you started and also keep you safe, because there are a couple of security features you really want to enable and use so you don't get what is called Zoom bombing that's happening quite often right now. So if this is your first time joining me, I will link up the playlist of all the tutorials that I've created up to this point, and that will get you started. So let's talk about Zoom. The first thing is, when you log into your Zoom account, your school should have hopefully set it up for you so you get the pro account, which is better than the free account. It only gives you 40 minutes and only so many participants. If you go over here to your profile, click on that link. The first thing I would encourage you to do is add a picture. The reason why is Zoom is a virtual meeting and you really want someone to be able to see your face before you enter, and it also adds an icon next to your name. And again, just adding that personal touch that really we need when working online with our students. So click change and upload a basic picture of you that, looks like you. Another thing I want you to notice is your name. So you'll see my name is my real name, Ashley Espinosa. If you want to change it for some reason it's different, or you want to just update it, say your name is Timothy, which is my husband's name, and you want to go by Tim, click edit on the far right and you can edit your first name and your last name here. You really don't need to do anything else. Again, I'm going to keep this video very basic and simple so you can just get started. If you go over here to the far left, you'll see all of your other settings. Now, if you go and click on settings, there are a lot of settings that you can get caught up in and get overwhelmed by. They have it set on the basic functions for you right now when you get started. So let's just jump into creating a meeting. Say you've clicked on your profile, you've got a picture, you've got your name set up. It's going to pop up on the bottom screen when you show your video, your name will. That's the basics. The next thing is go over to the left where it says meetings. Click on that button. After you click on the meetings button, you'll see right now that it shows my upcoming meetings that I already have scheduled. So let's say you're scheduling a meeting for your class. Go over here to the button that says schedule a new meeting. We're going to make one together. Click schedule a new meeting, and now you have some basic information to fill in. What's the topic? So let's say this topic is acting class, or it's advanced acting, or it is, social studies, or whatever your topic is. Click that in here. The people that you're inviting to this meeting are going to see this topic. So it's helpful to kind of be specific. You can put a description here, but you don't have to. No one else is really going to see that besides really you. The next thing you want to do, and again, I'm just covering the basics, is you want to pick the day and the time that you want this meeting to occur. So click the day. Let's say we're going to do a meeting Friday, and I want the meeting time to be, let's say it's going to be 1:15. Now notice it gives it in 30-minute increments, but I want 1:15, so I'm going to click on 1. And then if you just go here and double click it, you can delete or add times. So say you type in you want it to be 1:15, or you want it to be, 1:24 for whatever reason. And then click on that time that pops up and your time's in there. Again, is it going to be AM or PM? We're going to do 1:24 PM. Now you want to put in the duration. So I like to schedule my classes for the exact amount of time that I have said we're going to meet for 30 minutes. We're going to meet for 15 minutes. We're going to meet for an hour. And I make sure I put that in here. Say your class is going to be an hour and 15 minutes long. You want to be specific because folks are going to start to create their schedules now, especially if you're watching this in April 2020, based on their Zoom meeting times. And it's going to pop up, as we showcased here earlier, on the left. They're going to click on meetings and they're going to see all their meetings lined up. You really want to be specific. You don't want to go over that meeting. So schedule just enough time that you know you're not going to go over this, because everyone's scheduling their time virtually now. Another thing to just be aware of, if you go over this time, it does not kick you off. Another option you have, and I do this for some of my classes that are meeting regularly online for a check-in, is to click Reoccurring Meetings. Say your class is going to do a check-in every Friday at 1:24 p.m. for an hour and 15. You can set this up to be weekly, occurs every week, and it pops up that time every Friday. And then you can select the end date by clicking the icon over here. So whenever your class, if you're on the quarter system or semester system ends, you can click the end date and it will populate all those times for you. And I'll show you an example of this that I've done for my classes in a second. So either one that works for you, but here's some really important things to note. And again, I'm just picking on the basics here. I want you to go down to require meeting password. Click on that. What this does is it automatically is going to generate a password that's numbers, or you can create your own password. Say you want the password to be Sondheim. Okay, so Sondheim. There's my password. When you do this, it's going to enable anybody that joins the meeting, once they click this link that you're going to produce for your students, they're going to have to then, it's going to ask them for a password before they can join. And they're going to type in this password. The reason why is because we have Zoom bombing happening, which people are able to access these Zoom meetings that are just open so anyone can click in and they're automatically put into this meeting. And they're doing a lot of really terrible things, a lot of racial slurs, a lot of profanity, and we want to keep only the people that you want into here, come into your class. We want to keep it secure for your students. So enable that password. It's an option if you don't want to do it. I'll give you a second option here in a second, but I am starting to do this now, and a lot of schools are starting to require it. So it's just another safety net, and it takes 2 seconds for them to type the word in, or the text in, and they're going to get this in the link you're going to create in a second. So there's my password. We want the videos for both people to be on most of the time. And then the audio, I would just click both. Again, we're just doing the basics, but I usually click computer because no one's really using a telephone. If they are using their cell phone for Zoom, which a lot of our students are, it's still not a telephone, it's still registered as a computer. But just click both to be safe. Now, here's a couple of other security features that I want you to be aware of. Enable join before host. That means if I'm the host, that the students or the participants can join the meeting before I get there. I enable that because I want them to, if I'm a few minutes late for whatever reason, I want them to already be logged in and they don't have to wait for me to initiate the meeting to happen. But this is also what I do, and this is your second option of a security feature, is click Enable Waiting Room. What that does is it allows them to join the meeting even if you haven't, and it automatically puts them into a waiting room or like a lobby area. You can't see them, you can't hear them, they can't hear or see each other, but it allows you to admit only the people you want to admit. I highly encourage this. I've used it for all of my sessions, and it's extremely helpful. Then you know who is coming in and you are saying, yes, I admit you to come in. Now, the only thing to consider is if you have a class that is over 20 people or so, you're going to have to enable every single person to come in. So if you have under 20 people, I like to use this. If you have a larger class over 20 or so, just use the password, and then only those folks that you're actually sending this message to will be able to log in. You won't have any of the Zoom bombers. So there's a couple of options for you. The next thing you can check out is if you want to record the session automatically. If you are doing this for a school and for legality reasons, or your dean or your principal or whoever has asked you to record the meeting so you have them, or if you want to send it to the parents or whatever you're working for, you might want to click record automatically. It will tell everybody that it's recording. It will be transparent, but it will automatically send the recording into your recordings here on the left, and you have an archive of those. It stores them on the cloud. So the last thing, if you have any alternative hosts, you can put that here, but I would say don't worry about it. Those aren't your participants. Those are if you have a TA or someone else is hosting it. Okay. Otherwise, you want to go down to the bottom, click save, and then you're going to see that it's going to pop up this next page. Now don't get overwhelmed. Again, I'm just giving you the basics. So what you want to do is go over here to where it says copy the invitation in blue. Click on that. This is what I do, and this is what I found has been really helpful for my students. Go over into the invitation, highlight everything up until the password. If you do not enable the password, it will just be this part will be the last. Highlight that part, click edit at the top of your computer screen on the top bar, click copy. Now you have that copied. Okay, you can click copy the meeting and it will copy everything, but I have found that no one needs all this extra stuff because no one's using a telephone anymore. So I just do that part right there. Okay, either copy the whole thing, select it and copy it, and then click out and get cancel. So now I've got it copied to my clipboard. Then I go into my Canvas shell. After you've copied that, go onto the left, click in inbox. And if you missed how to create a message or using the inbox session, I'll link that tutorial up here in the cards for you as well. Click over here, create or compose a new message. Okay, paste that clipboard that you just copied Right there it is. And it says literally this. And this will save you a lot of time. I don't really edit this. It's just simple, it's easy, it gives them all the basic information, the topic, the time, and here's the link and the password. Of course, you'd want to pick whoever you want to send it to. And when you send this to them, this is going to become a hyperlink. So you would want to send this to your students or any other information you want. Or you could use, if you're using regular email, you could send it to them in that. Now let me show you what it looks like. So I'm just going to cancel out of this. And I'm going to go into one of my classes where I do this recently. It's been very helpful for them. I make it announcements. If you want to make it an announcement instead of just an inbox message, again, go over to announcements and click make new announcement. I made a whole tutorial video about announcements that I'll click up over here for you on the side as well. I like to also do announcements because now it saves it for them, and every week now, because I set this as recurring, they just open the same announcement and click it. But this is what it looks like. So see, it made it into a hyperlink down here. So all my students have to do is open up the announcement or the message or the inbox, however you communicate with them, this link. They click on this and it immediately opens up the Zoom box. It's one click. It's really easy for them. Now, I don't have a password on this one, but I have it set up where I have the lobby waiting room area for security reasons. The password would be under here. So they would click on this, open it up, and then they would enter that password, which you already given them. This is a reoccurring one that I set up, and you can see that it populated in the message back over here in the meeting. When I clicked copy invitation, it had over here, it had all of the dates and times, which is what you see that I copy and pasted. So it's a great way for you to set up a recurring meeting in case you want to do it every week and it's a little bit easier for you. Okay, so you want to copy and paste that invitation. And then once you send it to your students, they just click and they can log on. Really easy. Okay, now let's say you've created that. Okay, you can go over to your, now you can go over here and you can see that I've created the acting class. It's right here in my schedule. Let's say that this class is about to start and you're ready and now you're gonna launch it. I would say do this a few minutes before the time, but you can do it up to any time that you want. It's whenever you initiate to click start. Okay, so let's click start and we're gonna go ahead and launch our meeting. We wanna click open in Zoom. Yes, we do, we wanna do that. Give it a second and
This
it will pop
meeting is
over.
being recorded.
Did you hear that this meeting is going to be recorded? Every time someone logs in, they're going to be aware of that. So right now I'm recording it and it's going to pop it into my recordings here in a little bit. I'll show you that. So this is what it's going to look like when you open it, depending on what computer system you're using. Okay, you have a couple of options. You can make it really big by clicking, that tab, and you can see it very large. Okay, or you can just, if you have things underneath it that you want, you could just move it side to side to make it bigger or smaller, or click the top right button, enter full screen. A couple of things you want to note first, especially again if we're just talking about the basics, is click over here to manage participants. When you click on this, it opens up on the side everybody as they're logging in, and this is also going to be where your waiting room is, that holding room where everybody's going to be in. Once you open it up, you might have some students already in here or that they're logging on and trying to initiate being a part of this meeting at the same time. It will log their names over here, and you can see that I have my icon of my face next to it. And then it will click next to them. It will say, instead of mute, it will say admit. You'll want to click the admit button if you have initiated that lobby waiting room. That's the only way they're going to be able to join. Once people start joining and you allow them to come in, you're going to have different squares on your screen. And it doesn't show it right now, but at the top right-hand corner, there's going to be a couple of different views. I say pick the gallery view, and then it showcases them all the different boxes. Otherwise, when you open it up, the screen, the person's face that you see is the person that is talking. They will flip up to the front. So when you get onto Zoom, you have a couple of options of different view types in the top right-hand corner that you can play with. Here are some other things to check out. On the far left side down here, you're going to see that I have my little microphone and it's green. That means my microphone is working and the people on the other end are going to be able to hear me. If you click this arrow right here, you're going to be able to choose the microphone and the speaker system. Now, I am actually using a USB mic, so I have a little extra boom mic up here that I use. If you have an external microphone, I would say use it because it is a lot better than your internal microphones and it doesn't peak if you're singing loud or speaking really loudly. But again, just the basics. You want to make sure then that you're using the built-in microphone that is in your computer or your phone. So you have that option here. And then also the different speaker systems or the different audio systems, it will allow you to choose headphones or whatnot. Normally when you pop that in automatically, if you're using headphones, it will pick it up, but you'll want to check that out over here. Next to the stop video, you have different options. Here's a really great option if you are not comfortable with your students seeing your background. If you click choose virtual background, you can choose to take your students to whatever bridge this is, San Francisco, I think, perhaps. Okay, go back to the little arrow, choose virtual background. You can go to the beach and you can take your students to the beach with you as you teach with them and they can see the beautiful background. You can choose anything that they have already here for you. This one is like the planet, different things to play with. You can also add your own background. A lot of professors I've noticed have been using their own background. If you want to do that, create an image and click this plus sign and you'll be able to choose the images from your computer, your photos. Okay, a couple things to help with as well. If you click on the video button on the left over here when you're in the settings, this is my special trick. Click on this one that says touch up my appearance. I know. We can always use that, I think, especially for those morning meetings or classes. If you unclick it, you can see now this is not clicked. It's a little shiny, it's a little wrinkly. Click it, it's a little bit smoother. Why not? It doesn't hurt. You can click enable HD. I like that. Again, don't get caught up in all this information your first time, but you can go through here and you can play. You can see, all the other types of, tabs and things that you can set up. Again, don't worry so much about it. Just focus on the basics. All right. The other thing you want to check is over here, I'll go through them on share screen. This is a great tool that I use all the time in my classes. If you click share screen, that green button, you have some options here. If you use the whiteboard, you can actually draw. Or write or type. So click whiteboard, click the bottom button over here where it says share in that box. And now I can draw something, I can type some text to you, I can erase this, I have all kinds of options up here. When you're done with that section, so whatever the students are seeing within the screen is what you have up here, just go up here to the top right and click stop share with the red button. Another option that I use quite often is this one down here. It pops up and it's going to show what's on your screen. So you can share whatever you have on your desktop screen with your students. Again, all you have to do is click this. You're going to see whatever's on my screen, which happens to be this Zoom one right now. And then see if I wanted to showcase them. I'm talking about the class and I want to showcase different modules. I can click on my screen and they're seeing whatever I want them to see. When you're done, go to the top right on the red button that says Stop Share. Click on that, and you go back to your normal screen, however you have it set up. Here's another function, chat. If you click on that, they can talk to each other, and it pops up on the right side like text. Reactions, you can do a little clap sign, or you can do a little thumbs up if you're asking your class to say, okay, if everybody's listening and if everybody can hear me, give me a thumbs up. And they just do that. And it pops up on everyone's screen, depending on if you're in the gallery view, which you can, again, it's on the far right, the top far right you can create. But you see that on their picture and their icon. Their name will always be at the bottom left-hand corner as well. Okay, a couple of other options you have are closed captionings over here if you want to play with that, but also the breakout rooms where you can put students in different rooms and you can jump back and forth. That's over here. Again, I'm just going to hit the basics for you. Another thing that you want to consider is, say you want to mute the entire class and you're just going to talk for a second and you want them just to watch and listen. You can click mute all, or you can unmute them. You have a few different options over here to play with as well. On their screen, they're going to see a wave sign on theirs over here. I'm not seeing it right now because I'm a host, but they'll see that as well on their side. Something else you want to think about is telling your students that when you do this, everybody can hear it. And imagine 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 people with their mute not on clapping. I always tell them if you want to clap and you don't want to do it with an emoji, I do this. Or I do the fingers instead of speaking, because every time you make noise, it starts to get all jumbly. So I tell them, like, everyone, did everyone hear that? Give me a thumbs up. And you can do it that way. Or you can say, everybody, let's clap for Sally Joe, who just did a great job on their monologue. You can do it that way. You want to try to keep the amount of people talking and making noise minimal, because if anyone sets anything down or is eating and chomping on food, the screen will go to them or focus on them if you don't have it in gallery view. So just a couple of things to think about. Other than that, after you are done with your meeting, so again, just the basics, click the bottom right over here, end meeting. When you click on that, you want to end it for everybody, not just yourself. So in meeting, it's going to tell me over here that I'm going to get emailed when my recording is ready. I'm going to pop you back over to Zoom. If it goes out like this, all you do is click back on the Zoom button, click over to your account on the far right, and you're back in your screen. See, I will go over to meetings and see that one left because it's already done. If I want to go over into previous meetings, I can see where it is and all the other meetings I've done so far. If I click over into recordings, you'll see right now, this is a recording I already did. Here's another recording that I just finished, the one we did together. It's starting to process it. When it's ready, it will send you an email and it'll be here archived for you if you need to go back to it. All right, I hope this helps you get started with your Zoom. Remember, every student has different internet connections. Every student is going to be on different devices. If it's their phone, it's going to be up and down and a long rectangle versus what we see, which is long and square. Again, just play with it and be aware that your students can help you. You can always ask them, hey, what does it look like on your end? And really let them be helpful and interact. The more you do Zoom, the easier it gets. So I hope this video helps you. If it does, consider giving it a like, click on the thumbs up button at the bottom. If you have any questions or comments, leave me a comment below. I'll be happy to respond. And if you have any requests for videos, leave me a link below or leave me a comment below and I'll be happy to do those as well. All right, I can't wait to hear how your Zoom sessions are going. I'll see you at the next video.